So this is project number 2 of the Sentinel diorama. We've seen the destroyed Sentinel, which is going to be laying on the ground. Then we're going to have an active Sentinel, and that one is going to be this. It's going to be the NECA Iron Man, and this is a 1/4 scale, very similar to the other one. This one is much more articulated than the other one. You remember the other one had like 3 points of articulation. I think this one has something like 25 points of articulation. It's very, very articulated. So we'll be able to pose this in lots of different ways. This is going to be a very, very cool Sentinel. You can see his head's kind of spinning around. I've already detached it. That's going to be the first thing we're going to work on, is going to be a head. So we're going to have the same color scheme on this one we had on the one on the ground, but it's going to be more vibrant colors. It might have a little battle damage, but where the other one had battle damage, you would see rust because it had been sitting there for a long time. This one will have just like, you know, bright silver shining through. The cool thing about this one is that it does have several points. You probably can't see because of the lighting in here, but there's switches on the arms and on the back and on the head where you can actually have it light up. The center light will light up, and as well as the palms will light up on this one. So we're going to be able to keep that so that that little element, you'll still be able to light these up. The head lights up, but it is extremely dim. So I don't even know if you could see it here. If we turn this on, it's just very, very dim. So what we want to do is, for this one, we're going to do the same thing as we did for the last one. We're going to resculpt the head and prime and repaint the body so that it looks like a Sentinel. Of course, we're going to have, like we did in the last one, we're going to have silver in here, silver in the moving joints, silver here, so that it matches the other one. The color scheme is going to be the same. It's going to be a magenta, blue, blue, magenta, magenta, blue. The same color scheme. This one is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have it, the look of it is going to be from Years of Future Past, where instead of having the pills going across the top, it will be the same general shape of all the little pockets, but they are all touching and they're all flat. So to do that, we're just going to find, we got these little tiny tongue depressors, little popsicle sticks. These are actually, you can just buy these as like craft sticks, they call them, and we'll cut them short so they're about that tall, and we'll contour the bottom to match the top. We'll just lay those in there all across the top, and that will be the crown on this one. For the hands, we want it to light, but I also want to, just like they had, again, I really love the Sentinels, what they had done with Neil Adams in the late 60s. So he will have, I'll do a slight resculpt on here. This is the end of the tube for the TV antenna, just one of the tubes. So I'll cut this to really short, and we'll use sculpting putty, and we'll put that in the bottom of the palm. So that's like a little port. And then spilling out of that, we'll have this. It'll just be a little wire like the tendril. This one was one I made for the destroyed Sentinel. So it's spray painted to look like it's rusted, and the one that'll be coming out of him, of course, will be shiny, chrome looking. So I just have a piece of wire, and what we do is we just make it very long, and then however long you want it, you bend it there and have long going off of that, and you just wrap the wire around it. So you can kind of see how this works. So this is cool. It's very bendable, very malleable. So what you can do is, like, if you've got your action figure here, then this is, you know, spilling out of him, and then it's wrapping around your action figure, so you can ultra pose it. So that's going to be an element that's going to be very, very cool. All right. So for this one, for the head on this one, I think I want to go. You can see it's got a little open area on the bottom under the jaw. So I don't want to destroy this head because I want to put a different lighting mechanism in here, but I can't really get this apart without destroying it because I think it's glued together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little gaff tape around where the crown would be, build it up with the sculpting putty, and then put in the little wood pieces all around. And so that could be removable. So I'm going to build that all up around, and then I'm going to make a mold of this like I did the hand. I'm going to make a mold of this, and I'm going to rotocast it. So instead of making a solid chunk of resin, if you rotocast, you put it in the mold and you rotocast it, it will make it hollow, and then that way I can cut it this way, and I'll have a front portion and a back portion that's hollow. And then the back portion, I can cut that in half so that I can put what I want to in there. So I got this from the dollar store. These were actually the lights that were on the dead Sentinel, but this, as you can see, this is just like a little book holder or something, this little book light from the dollar store. And you turn it on, and the LEDs are very, very bright. So, and then this can just come right out of here, and you just chuck that. And then so you've got these little lights. Now, when this comes apart, these are connected directly to the circuit board. So there's no wire or anything on there, so that's unfortunate. I might see if there's other LEDs. You can see very bright. But at the least, I can take these out of here and just use the glass domes, drill holes out in the copy of the head and put those little lights in there, and then put other LEDs behind it. And then once it's open, then I can make a little door in the back. I can make a little magnet to take the bottom back portion off, and then it'll be something like this on the inside, where the lights will be very, very bright, and you can still turn it on and off. And then I can do other things to it. Like for this jaw, I want to drill out this section here and maybe cut it down here and make the jaw open and put something behind it and make it look like it looks in the comic books, so that I can have little servos and things on the inside and really make it look mechanical. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to make a mold, and then we're going to try and rotocast the head. May or may not work, but we'll see. Because if that doesn't work, then we've got this original head we can work with, and we can recast that. But if we do get a mold, then I can make lots of copies, and then if I make mistakes, then I can just make another casting if I need to. So that's where we are with the second Sentinel. Bye-bye.